Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brick World. Today's update is going to be a train update, but we're not going to work at our train. You can see here it's the BL151 with one wagon. We are going to build another wagon, but an abandoned wagon on our old abandoned train track. Let's go around the table. You can see that here, that's that little train track part here, and we're going to change that. We're changing the color from light bluish gray to reddish brown because it should look a little bit more older, not with concrete but with old wood, and that's what we're going to do today. Before we can work at our tank wagon, that's what I want to do today. We are going to remove all that concrete parts, also remove some of the vegetation so I can build everything into here. And that's how the train track looks right now. It's a little bit boring, so we can use now our reddish brown parts to put everything back, and then it looks like that. Now it looks like a more old abandoned track, not with the concrete parts but now with wooden parts, and I think that makes it a little bit more outstanding here in all of that reddish, not reddish brown, all of that light bluish gray, and it is a little bit different, so we can use that as base for our new wagon. That's the tank wagon. It's going to be a little bit expensive part. That's the first part I did. That's the underlying part where the tank wagon itself will be built up, and the main reason is I got the instructions from a German seller, and some people from the German channel said to me that the time frame of that wagon is too old for the time frame I'm going to work here in my realistic city. So I had the opportunity to change everything or to put it as an old abandoned wagon into the city, and that's what I want to do. I'm building it, putting it on that abandoned train track here, and then put some graffiti on it. That's the first time we have that standing on the train tracks. I'm looking at it from the other side. I think the size is right at that position. It's going to be a little eye catcher in that area where there's not a lot of stuff going on. And as I said, it's not my own in design. It's an instruction from Stoneheap. You can Google them. They have a lot of instructions for train stuff. And that's the current status of what I'm going to do here. That's the tank part of it. It's an old tank wagon, as I said, and it's very heavy, so it might be a good idea to not have that on the train track itself, because moving that would be very complicated. And here you can see a little bit of the instructions. It's a lot of stuff. It was a little bit costly because there are some parts in it that are not very common. And that's the tank part already done. You have these ladders on the side. It's very nice looking. And you have these big round parts here. They were only in one, I think, Star Wars set, Millennium Falcon set, if I'm not wrong at the moment. And these parts, the round parts, cost about 8 to 9 euros here in Europe. And not many Bricklink sellers. And that's the finished wagon here. I really like the design. It looks very realistic. It's the perfect scale for my city project. But as I said, I want to have an abandoned wagon. And what are people doing with abandoned stuff? They put graffiti on it. And that's something I also want to do. Just some use from that side. And the graffitis will be stickers. I showed it to you in the last update. I bought a lot of stickers at Amazon for not so much money. And these are the big expensive parts. And I'm using that later on. Now let's just put that on the table. Once again, you can see me here putting it on the train tracks. And I really like how it looks at the moment, but it's a little bit boring because it's once again a gray color. So that's what I intended to do. I add a lot of stickers onto it so it looks like people use that as a base for graffiti. I also used stickers on stickers on stickers, so it looks like people sprayed on it on different layers, spraying over stuff from other people, and I really like how that looks now. It makes it very realistic, and it's one eye catcher here with a lot of color in that very, yeah, let's say it boring color scheme with all that colors, and that's how it looks from the other side. And I'm very satisfied with the final look of that stuff. It was a little bit costly, but I think it makes a big impact on that area here. As always, what do you think about that? What's your opinions? But just go to another location. That's a little part here on the right side of our elementary school, and that's where I want to build a little bit. As you know, that's like a cut through to all the parts here, so we can look into it. And that little part here is a little part of the school garden. So I want to add some stuff to it. Started by adding the other layers of reddish brown, so we have really the ground now, and it's a little bit going down, so it makes it a bit more realistic, not so plain. And add these little stuffs here. Also a beekeeper here, that's a beekeeper figure from one of the series, the minifigure series. I'm not sure which one it is, but we have now 805 people in our city, and that's just a little part of that school garden. You can see a base cape here. There's also a bottle laying there. A lot of flowers, just everything for some school projects or stuff like that. And under that area where you can see all these columns in different colors, there's going to be an expansion of our Jurassic World stuff with all the dinosaurs that's coming in a future update. But I just wanted to add that little stuff here with the beekeeper and the school garden. And just look on the other side, and that's how the city looks at the moment. A lot of people, especially from the German channel, said they want to have more big views of the city. So that's our new tank wagon, by the way. And big views, seeing all the stuff. At the moment, the city is about 14 square meters. That's, by the way, our signal box. That's something I'm going to finish in the near future. Now have a look at our train station building. The next part of the roof is going to be built very, very soon. I ordered the pieces and the parts for that. So stay tuned for a new update here on the roof. And yeah, also adding the stuff here, the missing detail parts here. Also adding some lights here for the lion statue in a future update. So as I said, stay tuned for a new update here on this train station building very, very soon. And yeah, that's it for today. As always, as I said already, write me in the comments what you think about today's update. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye.